02. Copy your home, commercial, and even farm coverage. Square or call 309-833-4194. And count on. Fresh, local, and convenient. At Jackson Street Market, we've got everything you need.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
This presentation of Macomb Bomber football is brought to you by Macomb. Your perfect ride is waiting at UM Autos. Discover top-notch service and models all right here in your hometown. Visit UM Autos in Macomb today, where quality meets the road, at 230 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Your future starts here at Spoon River College. With affordable tuition, flexible classes, and Proceed helps you take the next step with confidence. Enroll today and join a community that supports your success.
The Rushville end having troubles on their end. Our apologies for that. Doing everything we can on our side. Rushville end having troubles on their end for their Wi-Fi tonight. So again, our apologies for that. Doing everything we can on our side to bring you this production tonight. And so again, our apologies. 13-8, the Macomb Bombers hanging on to a lead here. Kind of a recap of how we got to the halftime break. First quarter was all Rushville, and Brian Lafferty doing what he does best. Just that clock management, able to wind it down. 4:49 is when the Rockets got into the end zone to take a 6-0 lead. They go for two successfully. 8-0 lead early for the Macomb Bombers, or for the Rushville Industry Rockets rather. Then about 2.5 minutes later, Macomb into the end zone. 8-6. Rockets secures. Still with that 2-point lead, going for two. They send Hayden Katz out. He goes for it, punches it through. 8-7. Bombers still trailing by one. And then Macomb, the only score in the second quarter to take that 13-8 lead with 1:05 left. And then faked the PAT, gave it to Katz. Katz unable to successfully get it into the end zone at 13-8. So kind of a low-scoring affair here tonight for Macomb and Rushville. Again, Macomb, a team that averaged over 30 points per game last year, and I don't think we'll see that tonight. I'm not totally for sure, but long way to go if we are going to get there. But again, this is definitely going to be a younger, defensive-oriented team. We talked about it a lot in the preseason, and certainly now. So, going to be a lot younger of a team for Macomb. And that's going to be the big storyline, is how well can the defensive side of things hold up versus the offensive side. Of course, Caden Nupp, going to be a learning year for him, taking over the reins from Braden Holthouse, who was a pillar of this Macomb offense the last couple of years. But then Caden Nupp stepping in this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything comes together. But a big opportunity here week one to start this thing off on the right foot and get that first win in the books against a talented Rushville team. Rushville, on the other hand, they're going to be aggressive coming out of that locker room. Want to protect that home turf opening night, and a big opportunity from them on the other side of things. Chance to defend the home turf against the Macomb Bombers. Again, we mentioned in the first half of the broadcast the last two meetings with these two teams. Macomb, we traveled to Rushville in 2021, traveled to here, and Macomb lost by 2, 24-22. Kind of similar tonight. Macomb kind of up and down all night long, but Rushville to punch that 2-point conversion in which ended up winning them the game by 2. The Bombers finished 6-4 that year, 4-3 in the LLC, and made the playoffs. 2022, Macomb opened with Rushville Industry, that game at home, 36-3. Macomb dominating that game, and that of course was the first undefeated season since 1989. Macomb went 9-0 and then beat Quincy Notre Dame in round 1 of the playoffs, losing to Murfreesboro in round 2. So those are the last 2 meetings with the Rushville Industry Rockets, and the winner tonight kind of takes over the lead in the recent series continuing. Macomb dropping Havana this year, and Rushville taking their place for the crossover game, and a good matchup. About 5.5 minutes until we get the second half underway. And good to have you along with us tonight for week 1 of the high school football season. 13-8, the Macomb Bombers hanging on to the lead right now as they will make their way back from the locker room here momentarily. The Macomb Bombers again upcoming. We'll take a look at the rest of the way here for Macomb, and to kind of give you a where's and what's coming up. Week 2, the Bombers will travel to Hamilton to face the West Hancock Titans. Week 3, Macomb and Illini West. That's Macomb's home opener. And week 4, we will travel to Bureau Valley. Macomb, a lot of road games this year. You have tonight, next week, and then weeks 4 and 5 both on the road, going from the top of the state to the bottom of the state. Bureau Valley in week 4, and then back to Breeze Mater Dei in a kind of a pickup game. The one open game everybody has on their schedule to fill in the conference. And the Macomb Bombers picking up Breeze Mater Dei again, extending that contract for another 2 years. So down to Breeze Mater Dei, it's a lengthy trip. So a lot of road time for this Macomb team this year, and then shortly after that, homecoming in week 6 with the Farmington Farmers. So a really kind of a tough start for the Macomb Bombers on the front end of things before the back end of the season, and with that ultimate goal of making the IHSA Class 4A playoffs in week number 10. 3.5 minutes until we get the second half resumed here. It's the Bombers and the Rockets, the game of the week on the Bombers Sports Network. The winner to 1-0 on the year in the LLC. And again, we mentioned earlier the other notable games tonight across the conference. LVC at Illini West, West Hancock at Farmington, Knoxville is at Elmwood tonight, and Bureau Valley is at Peru. Those games across the conference tonight in opening night of high school football, that week 1 here in 2025. Keys to the game for the Macomb Bombers coming out of the second half. Don't let up. You got to keep the foot on the pedal. And that was, of course, a couple of the things that cost us late in road games last year, of course. Kind of for those Farmington and then the Elmwood game late in the season was kind of let the foot off the pedal there late in the games, and that's going to be crucial for this Macomb team. They got to be able to keep the foot on the gas all 4 quarters, and can't take anything for granted. We'll see how the kicking game impacts the late second half of the game with Hayden Katz. He's going to be a big tool for the Bombers, and we've said the last couple of years there may be a game coming up in the future where we see Hayden Katz in a position where he has to punch one through for the Bombers to win it, and he's certainly the type of kid that's willing to step up and do it. So he'll be a factor to watch in this second half. And then the Rushville Rockets on the other side of things, offensively, is going to be the big question for them. Can they get back to the end zone? Obviously not with your QB1 tonight. They're at QB2 with McGinnis. Jagger Bartlett, of course, had that broken hand from baseball, and then being a 3-sport athlete, as Coach Lafferty said, he encourages it. And it just kind of was a freak accident. So McGinnis, QB2, is who the Bombers or who the Rockets look to tonight to fill that gap. So we'll see how the offensive end reacts for the Rockets out of the locker room. That's going to be their big key is how can they get onto the board. Upcoming for the Rockets in their schedule at Rova continues to tick down. About a minute and a half left on the game clock, and the both coaching staffs making their way to the sideline to this second half and try to settle things. Bomber student section, good amount of students across the field. They've dispersed to during the halftime break, but the Hawaiian theme tonight, that across the field, they'll travel time break, but the Hawaiian theme tonight, that across the field. week. That game in Hamilton, and then the big home opener in week number 3 with the Illini West Chargers coming to town for the Macomb Bombers. We're going to pause for one more break. When we return, we will have second half action from Macomb and Rushville Industry. This is the BSN from Learfield.
This presentation of Macomb Bomber football is brought to you by. Looking for fitness, family fun, and community all in one place? The YMCA of McDonough County has it all. Swim, play, wellness for all ages. Street, or call them at 309-833-2129 to learn about membership information. Are you searching for a ride at the right price? Ron Albee Auto Sales in Macomb has quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, and even bad team with a stellar reputation. Bedwell Tree Service, your leading Macomb tree care provider. TWIU's scenic public 18-hole gym in the Lemoyne River Valley. Play a challenging, gorgeous round today. Stop by 1215 Tower Road or call them at 309-298-3676 to book. At McMillan, Henning Fint, and DeJody Law Firm, they put your needs first. Macomb, your...
We're back at Rushville Industry. It's the halftime break. Macomb Bombers on to a touchdown lead, just about a touchdown lead anyway, heading into the third quarter, and a big opportunity for this Macomb team trying to get that first win on the board to start the year with. Minute 20 left here in the halftime break. It's 13-8, and the Bombers will have the possession to begin the second half. They won the toss and then deferred to the second half. Rushville Industry got the first look at the football tonight ahead of this matchup. It's over. We are ready to get the second half underway and settle this thing for good. We can report the Illinois Fighting Illini lead Western Illinois University 31-0. And Leatherneck connections there. Myers Hendrickson, Macomb High Grant on the Fighting Illini coaching staff. And then I believe longtime Western Illinois head coach Mark Hendrickson, Myers' dad. He's somewhere in orange and black over there on our sideline tonight. So we wish all them the best of luck. And the Illini taking care of business right now in that game over in Champaign. 13-8 as the clock winds down here. Bombers will be back to receive to get the second half underway here. Away we go, and the horn hits 0. We're ready to get the second half underway. Rockets still waiting to break their huddle. 12 minutes on the clock. Officials call the halftime dead. 13-8 Macomb leading the Rushville Industry Rockets as the Rockets take the field and the Bombers out there to get the second half started. 12 minutes on the clock. Rockets to kick away. Bombers back to receive will be Kyler Miller. So Miller back to receive for the Bombers. Rockets tee things up here to kick it away here the second half. Ready to get underway here in Rushville, Illinois, as the Bombers and Rockets finish this battle of Week 1 high school football. Here we go. Rockets will line things up here. And an onside kick. Quick punch. And the Rockets have the football. An onside kick to start the second half. And the Macomb Bombers were not even close to being ready. Rocket football, 1st and 10, going the other way, and a stunner out of the locker room. No one on the Macomb sideline can believe it. And it is 1st and 10 Rockets just like that. And the Bombers will go from offense to defense immediately. So 1st and 10 Rushville now from the 49. 3 seconds off the game clock, 11:57, and we're ready to get the second half underway now. Onside kick to start this second half, Rushville football. Snap up the middle. Rockets shuffle their feet. Bombers push them back. Rockets pushed down by 33 from Macomb. Cameron Keene. Keene makes to stop there. That'll push things back to the 48. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Rockets. 11:28 to play. McGinnis talking things over in the huddle. Bombers back out. 11:20 to go. 2nd and 9 from the 48 for the Rockets. McGinnis into the formation now. Snap to McGinnis. He'll hand it off. Chopping their feet. And a quick stop from the Bomber defense. One-yard gain there for the Rockets. 3rd down and 8 from the 47. Bomber defense stepping up to make the plays when they matter. .35 to go. 3rd and 8 from the 47. 10.5 to play. Snap from Reimels. Pitch. Ball comes out loose. Bombers able to pick it up. Do they have it? I believe they do. Macomb Bomber football off a Rushville Industry fumble. 1st and 10 Macomb Bombers. Bomber faithful rise to their feet in celebration. New set of downs, and the Macomb Bombers going to get their first look at the football out of the locker room to start the second half. .21 mark of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40 as this Bomber offense starts their first drive of the 3rd quarter and second half. Macomb trying to keep their foot on the pedal here offensively. Lowe snapped it up, almost dropped it. Handoff up the left side to Drake May. May brought down just past the 40. Reimels on the stop for the Rockets. Ends up being a 5-yard gain for Drake May and the Macomb Bombers. So the Bombers will talk things over. Under 10 to play. 9:50. It'll be 2nd and 5 now from the 35. And we have a pause on the field. Officials move something off, debris. 9:35 to go here. 13-8, 2nd and 5 from the 35 for Caden Knupp and the Macomb Bomber offense. Tanner Whirl makes his play call. Snapped it up. Snap was good. Handoff Drake May. Drake May finds a way up the right side of the field. Room to run. Tripped up just near the 30-yard line. Might just be past. It'll be good enough for a Macomb Bomber first down. So a new set of downs upcoming here as we hit the 9-minute mark. Ball will be spotted from the 23. Nearing the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 23 for Knupp and the Bombers. Knupp can't draw the Rockets offside, but unable to do so tonight. Snapped it up. Handoff to Drake May. May, nowhere to go. Rockets sack almost immediately. That is Jack Trimble from the Rockets side. .8:37 to go. Brings up 2nd and 8 from the 23. Ends up being a 2-yard gain. Knupp and the Bombers back to the line. 8:20 to play. 2nd and 8 from the 21. Snapped it up. Knupp back in the shotgun. Looking deep. End zone pass. Caught! Into the end zone. Pass is caught by Nolan Hogue. Big game Bill stepping up when he needs to do so the most. And the Macomb Bombers take an 11-point lead with 8:10 to play in the 3rd quarter. Big time play there from Nolan Hogue. Steps up to make the catch. Does exactly what he has to do. And the Bombers a chance to extend this lead to 12 with a Hayden Katz PAT. Snap is good, hold is good. Katz's kick right through the middle. 20-8 lead for the Macomb Bombers on opening night 2025. A statement to start the second half after losing possession early. Bombers able to get it back and extend that lead off a touchdown from Hogue and a Katz PAT. And the Macomb faithful says, on Macomb, fight on, just across the way. 8:10 to play here as the Bomber special teams will come out to kick it away here. And that Bomber defense will have to step up big. 8-10, and a new set of downs coming shortly for this Rocket offense, who's got to be scratching their heads just a little bit after getting that fumble and then turning over the ball themselves. So big opportunity to refocus for the Rockets. But again, we talked at halftime, the big thing for this Macomb team, keep that foot on the gas pedal and success will come. But the Macomb Bombers with a 20-8 lead here on opening night 2025. Hayden Katz preparing to line this up to kick it away here. 8:10 to play in the third quarter. Macomb 20, Rushville 8. Week 1 of the high school football season 2025. Whistle and played live. Katz, deep kick down the field near the 30-yard line. 2 bounces goes the ball. Rockets back to return. Pile of Bombers able to make the stop well short of the 35-yard line. 8:04 to play in the third quarter here. New set of downs for the Rockets. 1st and 10 Rushville. Macomb defense making their way onto the field. Their time to shine. Brady McGinnis breaks his huddle. 8:04 to go. New set of downs here for the Rockets. 1st and 10 for the Rockets at the 40-yard line. Snap to McGinnis. He'll hand off. Room to run for the Rockets up the left side of the field. Goes Reimels. Big time rush. That will be good for a Rocket first down. Move the chains. And now ball will be placed at the 43. $7:48 to play here. 1st and 10 now from the 40. Coming out the Rocket first down. Snap to the Rockets. Reimels again. And a pile of Bombers make the immediate stop. Drake May will make the initial stop. He'll be credited for it. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 45 now. 7 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Macomb 20, Rushville 8 here in week 1 of the IHSA football season. McGinnis awaiting the snap. Snap to McGinnis. Rockets get tripped up. So a short gain there from the Rockets brings up 3rd down. 6.5 to play here in quarter 3. 3rd and 7 from the 45. Snap to McGinnis. And a pile of Bombers make the stop short of the 45. Going to be 4th and 7. Fourth and 7 from the 45 now. 5.5 to play. Snap to the Rockets. Kick is swatted in the air. Able to make it downfield, though, and down near the 25-yard line. So Bomber defense does their job, and a turnover on downs. Bombers will take it over. 1st and 10 with 5.5 to play in the first quarter. So they will end up spotting the ball near the 24-yard line. Be 1st and 10. 5:30 to play here in quarter number 3. Low snap to Knupp. Knupp able to recover it. Ball comes out loose. Watson drops it. Watson makes the drop. He's 2nd and 10 for the Bombers from the 24. No gain on the play. .525 to play. 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Snap to Knupp. Bombers able to take it. Quarterback keeper up the left side of the field. Loss of yards on that one as Knupp is taken down from Reimels near the 20. Brings up 3rd. End up being a loss of 3 for the Macomb Bombers. So 3rd down and 13 from the 20. Under 5 to play now. Bombers going to need a big play offensively. 4:48 to play here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 13 from the 20. Knupp awaiting directions from the offensive side of things from Tanner Horrell. Knupp awaits the snap. Snap to Knupp. Low snap. Almost able to hang on to it. Deep downfield. Pass caught near the 45-yard line. Tyler Norton making the big play for the Macomb Bombers. 1st down, and that will move the chains for the Bombers with 4:26 to play in the third quarter. Caden Knupp stepping up to make big plays when he needs to. Getting the good read there from Norton. Chains will move 1st and 10 now from the 46. New set of downs on this drive for the Macomb Bombers. 4:10 to play. 1st and 10 from the 46. Snapped it up. He will hand it away to Drake May. Drake May finds his way up the middle of the field. Still on his feet. Passed up near the 40-yard line before brought down by a trio of Rockets. Move the chains once again. That's good enough for a Bombers 1st down with 3:56 to play in the third quarter. So from the 41-yard line now, another new set of downs as the clock keeps ticking down. 3:43 to play. 20-8, the Bombers lead the Rushville Industry Rockets in week 1. 1st and 10 from the 41, snapped and up. Another low snap. Able to hang on to it, though. Looking deep downfield. Pass is incomplete. Near the end zone. That pass intended for number 11, Carter Havens, just short of the end zone. And we have an injury timeout on the field. Rushville player able to hop up once the coach gets out there. The 2nd and 10 when we return out of this injury timeout. from the 41, but a big couple of plays there from Caden Up in the Macomb Bomber offense. Trying to get it figured out here and keep the foot on the gas pedal for the Macomb Bombers' chance to go up big here, with the lead currently being 12. Training staff out there for Rushville Industry working on a player in the right side of the field end zone. Just kind of a cramp, I do believe. Again, don't want to speculate. Able to hop up and walk his way off the field. Bratton, number 19, player down for Rushville, able to make his way back to the Rocket huddle. Have to come out for a snap. 3.5 to play here. Third quarter action again from Rushville Industry High School. Macomb leading by 12 in this one, 20-8. 2nd and 10 now from the 41-yard line out of the officials' timeout. Snapped it up. Another low snap. Nupp looking deep downfield. Bullet is incomplete. Intended for Marshawn Brown, number 4. So that will bring up 3rd and 10 from the 41 with 3:25 to play. Dave Wilson saying you got to make sure you're talking on the offensive side. 3rd and 10 from the 41. 3:25 to play, quarter number 3. Nupp and the Bombers back at the line here. Snapped it up. Quarterback keeper up the right side of the field. Shuffles his feet, trying to get somewhere. Able to go nowhere. Rockets bring Nupp down. Pile of Rockets, and that will bring up 4th and 10 for the Bombers as we hit the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. End up being 4th and 4 with a couple of yards gain in the last play. Ball will be spotted from the 35. 2:50 to play here. The Bombers are going to go for it on 4th and 4. Big play for this Macomb Bomber offense. First crucial situation of the night. 2:40 to play. Nupp winding down the clock as well. Tanner Horrell giving final instructions. Nupp to the line of scrimmage. Waiting the snap. Snapped it up. He will hand it off to Drake May. May finds a gap. Is it good enough for a first down? Yes, it is. Move the chains. First down and 10 for the Macomb Bombers. Able to get it just past the marker. Ended up being just enough. Close. Drake May able to drive the Bombers down the field. New set of downs now from the 25-yard line with 2:13 to play. $1:58 to play. 1st and 10 from the 25. 20-8. Bombers taking it downfield. Quarterback keeper Nupp hops just short of the end zone. Be 1st and goal. That'll move the chains once again for the Bombers. And the Bombers in scoring territory with 1:48 to play in quarter number 3. $20-8, 1:48 to play. Ball will be at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for the Macomb Bomber offense. $20-8, 1:40 to go. 1st and goal from the 6 for the Bombers. Nupp and the Bombers to the line. 1.5 to play now. Snapped it up. He'll hand it off up the left-hand side for the Bombers. Room to run. Bombers trying to go all the way to the distance. It's good. Good for a Bombers touchdown. 1:21 mark. Another successful touchdown attempt for this Macomb team. 26-8, as they will extend their lead here in quarter number 3. Bombers will line it up here. They're going to elect to go for 2 on this one. Snap. Ball is caught. It's good. 2-point conversion for the Macomb Bombers on that one. A 28-8 lead for the Macomb Bombers here in week 1 of the IHSA football season. And Bombers keep their foot on the pedal. A brilliant showing thus far here in week 1. 1:21 to play here in the third quarter. The Bombers with a 28-8 lead here at Rushville Industry. $1:21 to go here as Hayden Katz and the special teams will come out to kick this thing away. Rushville going to have to do some work now. Try to battle their way back into this. Macomb 28, Rushville 8. 1:21 to go in the third quarter. Again, we'll be with you in Hamilton next week. West Hancock and Macomb will play each other in week 2. And then the home opener in week 3 for the Macomb Bombers. That's the Illini West Chargers. All those games set to kick off at 7 o'clock. No afternoon games on the docket this year for the Macomb Bombers. One in the last 2 years, that in West Hancock 2 years ago, with a Monday finish due to some weather in the area. Cats ready to kick this one away. 28-8 advantage for the Bombers in week 1. Away we go. Kick will be deep downfield near the 30-yard line. 2 hops. Rockets will dive on it and will start their new drive near the 25. First and 10. They'll end up spotting it at the 24. Close enough, though, to the 25. New set of downs here for the Rockets. They got to find some type of spark to get back on the right side of the scoreboard tonight. $1:20 to go here, 28-8. Rockets starting their new drive. Quarterback keeper up the middle to the 30. That'll bring us to the last 60 seconds of the third quarter. Drake May on the stop there for the Bombers, bring up 2nd and 5 from the 40, from the 29 rather. $50 seconds to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 5 from the 29. Rockets can't find anything. Ball comes up, nearly intercepted, picked off by the Macomb Bombers. Carter Havens was there to try and make the catch, just short of it. Brings up a new set of downs, though, with the completed catch near the 40-yard line. Havens was just seconds away from having his hands on it, ended up going just over. Good enough, though. So 1st and 10 from the 40 for the Rockets with 32.1 left in the third quarter. Snap to the Rockets up the left side of the field. Room to run. Breakaway from Reimolds. And Reimolds gets well down the field near the 35-yard line. The man that rushed for over 1,400 yards. Big time difference when he is in control of the football. Rockets ball be spotted at the 40, 25-4, 1st and 10 for Rushville Industry. Snap and handoff to Reimels up near the 35. Hollingsworth there to assist. Short of a first down, brings up 2nd down, and that should bring us to the end of quarter number 3. And it will. 28-8, quarter number 3. And it will. 1 quarter to go. Macomb in control of this one, 28-8 after these local messages.
This presentation of Macomb Bomber football is brought to you by Protect what matters most with Pumo Insurance Agency. Serving Macomb since 1953, they offer auto, home, commercial, and even farm coverage. Visit them at 19 Eastside Square or call 309-833-4194. Pumo Insurance. Experience you can count on. At Bedwell Tree Service, they take pride in their long-time roots in McDonough County. Serving Western Illinois, they offered expert tree care with competitive fees and outstanding results. Trust the local team with a stellar reputation. Bedwell Tree Service, your leading Macomb tree care provider. You're watching Macomb Bomber football on the Bombers Sports Network.
Ready to jump around here at Rushville Industry High School. It's week 1 of the high school. And the Macomb Bombers are jumping around with a 20 for the Rockets. Ready to start this 4th quarter. Good to have you along with us. Justice Keene, glad to have you with us for week 1 of high school football. Rich Fowler on the camera. And again, our technical difficulties tonight as we make our way through this. We'll be again doing our best on our end. Rushville Industry having some technical difficulties on their end tonight with their connection. So doing what we can. New set of downs started just before the horn. It brings up 2nd and 4 to start the snap of the Rockets. And they're able to shuffle their way to the 35. Reimel's the ball carrier again. And unable to get the first down, so it brings up 3rd and 4 now from the 35. (28-8), 11:30 to play here. 3rd and 4 from the 35. McGinnis awaiting the snap. Snap to McGinnis. And pile of Bombers able to make the stop. Ratton Bertukes with the ball carry. And the ball be spotted at the 30. New set of downs here for the Rockets. 1st and 10 from the 30 with 11 minutes to play in the contest. Snap to McGinnis. McGinnis looks to the left side of the field, and Reimel's able to be the ball carrier once again for the Rockets. Ends up being a 4-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 6 upcoming here from the 26. (10:20 to play, 2nd and 6 from the 26. Snap to McGinnis up the left-hand side of the field. Punches their way past the 25. About the 24-yard line is where they'll end up spotting it. 3-yard gain. So it'll be 3rd and 3, under 10 to play now. Clock winding down quickly. (9:45 to go here. 3rd and 3 from the 23. Reimel's the ball carrier again. trio of Bombers make the stop there. Bombers will make some changes there. Lineup Charlie Boniford coming out to the line now. 9:13 to play. 4th and 1. A big opportunity for the Bomber defense to get a huge stop at the under the 9-minute mark. McGinnis snaps the huddle. The Rockets go to the line here. 4th and 1 from the 20. Big opportunity for the Bomber defense. Snap, quarterback handoff, and it is just enough. That will be good enough for a Rocket first down. And the ball will be spotted at the 15. 8:37 to play. 1st and 10 now from the 15. 28-8. Bombers in control. Pass is caught short of the end zone. Did he get in? Yes. Not quite. One official signaled he was in. One did not. Just short. They're going to say 1st and goal. Be spotted at the 1. So didn't quite get in. Brian Lafferty's thinking he did. Jumping up and down. 8:08 to play. 28-8. 1st and goal from the 1. Snap to McGinnis. And in for a Rocket touchdown. At the 7:54 mark. So 28-14 now. And the Rockets going to go for 2. Rockets will time things over here. Chance to take this game back to a 12-point lead for the Bombers. And a flag on the play just before the snap. So ball will be backed up. $7:54 to play. Of course, clock stopped due to the conversion error. So Rockets are backed up here after the penalty. Try this again. Reimels snaps it. Quarterback keeper up the left side, and the Bombers pile on the Rockets. The conversion fails. No good with 28-14. The Macomb Bombers in control of this one. $7:54 to go in week number 1. So the Bombers will come out to receive. 7:54 left. Try to wind this clock as much as they can and hang on to this week 1 victory. Big opportunity to be 1-0 here in just a little bit, heading into week number 2. And that was the message that Tanner Horrell kind of preached, 1-0 every week. And the Bombers just under 8 minutes away from finishing week number 1 in the win column. So the Bombers are back to receive. Rushville sending their special teams out. Of course, we saw the onside kick, which was recovered by Rushville to start the second half. Bombers got to be prepared for that. 7:54 to play. And the officials will present the ball to the Rockets to kick away. Ball will be called live. Here we go. Rockets elect not to onside kick it. They'll go deep. Bombers will back up to receive. And away we go. Kick is deep near the 30-yard line. Received by the Bombers. Down immediately by number 13, Leighton Lambert for the Bombers. So 1st and 10 from the Bombers 42 as we begin the new offensive drive. And clock management going to be big here for Macomb. 7:52 to go. Wind this clock down as much as you can and possibly a good opportunity to get in the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 7:52 remaining. Snapped it up. Knupp will hand it away. And a stop from the Rockets near the 35. Drake May, the ball carrier. Second and 7 now from the 36 with 7.5 to play. 28-14 Bombers. Bombers to the line with clock running. Knupp awaits the snap. 2nd and 7. Snapped it up. He'll keep it. Quarterback keeper over to the left side of the field. Room to run. Past the near the 50 now. Shuffles his way in. That will be good enough for a Macomb Bomber first down, but a flag on the play. So officials are conferring, and the Rushville coaching staff coming onto the field. Check an injured player out. Injured player on the Macomb sideline. Athletic trainer Mark Kessler for the Macomb Bombers over there as well. 7 minutes on the clock. Athletic trainer Mark Kessler for the Macomb. 7 minutes on the clock. And the Rocket assisting the player who's down over there. Again, Tanner Horrell always makes his way up here. He'll talk to us after this game, and then we'll be with you next week in Hamilton, week 2, Macomb and West Hancock. So that coming up next. In week number 2. Clock will begin running again. Now it'll be 2nd down. For Macomb. 6:50 to go. Ball spotted at the 26. Late substitution for the Bombers on the field. Offense scrambling to get something going here. Snapped it up. Knupp gets tripped up. Quarterback keeper near the 30-yard line. Knupp slides in, goes down. Bickerman on the stop. And a whistle and a flag on the play. Officials are talking things over. 6:19 to play. Rocket coaching staff out on the field now. Via holding on the Macomb Bombers. So that'll back things up. 6:19 on the game clock. Still second down. Second and long for the Bombers. 2nd and 27 to be exact. The ball will be placed on the 16. Deep pass looking downfield. Pass is caught downfield, and the Macomb faithful on their feet. That near the 50-yard line. Nolan Hogue, none other than Big Game Bill, to make the play happen. 1st and 10, a new set of downs for the Bombers. Excellent read from quarterback Caden Knupp. 6:14 to go in week 1. 1st and 10 now from the 48 after an incredible catch from Nolan Hogue. .555 to play. Knupp awaits the snap. Snapped it up. He'll hand it away to May. May fights his way past the Rocket logo at midfield. Near the 45, just short. Bring up 2nd down. 6-yard gain for the Bombers as the clock continues to wind down. 28-14, the Bombers 5 minutes away from being 1-0 on the 2025 campaign. Second and 4 from the 46 now for the Bombers. Snapped it up, quarterback keeper, and he'll slide. Gain of maybe 1 or 2. Be 3rd down with 4:40 to play. 2-yard gain is what it ends up being. A 3rd down and 2 from the 44. Macomb 28, Rushville 14. 4.5 to go. Third and 2, 4:18 to go. Quarterback keeper push, and it's good enough for a Bombers 1st down at the 4:13 mark of the 4th quarter. Spot things up at the 40-yard line for Macomb on this drive. .353 to play. 1st and 10 from the 40. Knupp hands to Drake May. May brought down short of the 40. Spencer on the stop for the Rockets. Timeout. Rushville Industry. 3:31 remaining in the contest. They'll use their first of 3 here in the 2nd half. Again, looking ahead, we'll be with you at 6:30 p.m. next week in Hamilton, Illinois. That is the plan. McDonough District Hospital pregame show that starts at 6:30. We'll have we'll actually have our coaches' thoughts next week. That'll be part of our pregame show. Unable to have it tonight due to some technical difficulties on the Wi-Fi end, but we'll have everything rolling next week in Hamilton, and then week 3 is the big one, the home opener at the IHSA Stadium against the Illini West Chargers. All those games we'll have for you this season on the BSN. And again, extending our apologies for the technical errors tonight. We did everything on our end we could, but sometimes things happen. that are beyond our control. Just before 9 o'clock now, 3:38 to play. 2nd and 10 out of the Brian Lafferty timeout. Ball at the 40. Snapped it up. Quarterback keeper. Pile. Brian Lafferty, timeout. Second time out of the half called by the Rockets, back to back. They'll have one remaining. Be 3rd down. Rockets going to have to make some quick adjustments here if they are able to get a stop and get the ball back. But a 28-14 advantage for the Bombers, looking pretty good right now with only 3.5 to play in the 4th quarter. But Brian Lafferty is going to fight to the final whistle, as are the Macomb Bombers tonight. Be ready to go here shortly. Macomb will break their huddle. It will be 3rd and 8 from the 38. Third and 8 from the 38 with 3:33 to play here in the 4th quarter. Macomb 28, Rushville Industry 14. Knupp awaits a snap. Watson will catch it in the pitch. Watson shuffles his piece past the 40, short of the 35, and Brian Lafferty will elect to take his 3rd and final timeout of this contest tonight with 3:26 left in the contest. Macomb 28, Rushville Industry 14. Again, this is week 1 of the IHSA football season from Rushville Industry tonight. And the Macomb Bombers just over 3 minutes away from starting their year and campaign at 1-0. And it'll be a rewarding celebration. I know Tanner Hoare will be very pleased with this one tonight. And, of course, there will always be things you can fix, but start the campaign off 1-0. That's the goal for every team in the state of Illinois tonight. And the Bombers are just about ready to check that box and get into the win column officially after the long anticipation of night number 1. So out of the timeout now, it'll be 4th and 7 for the Macomb Bombers with 3:26 to play. Fourth and 7. Low snapped and up, able to keep it. Looking deep downfield. Pass is incomplete, intended for Nolan Hogue. And Rushville Industry will take over on downs with 3:21 left in the contest. 1st and 10 Rockets. So out comes the Bomber defense for the orange and black. Be 1st and 10 for the Rockets now from the 37. Brady McGinnis to the line of scrimmage now. 3:21 to go, 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Snap to McGinnis. Quick pitch. Ball comes out. No. Rockets are able to recover quickly. About a gain of a yard, if that. Be 2nd down and 9 with 3 minutes to go. Rockets out of timeouts. They're going to have to move quickly here. They want to try to score before this horn sounds. 2:55 to go again. No timeouts for the Rockets. Snap to McGinnis. Fakes the handoff. McGinnis keeps it. Pass downfield. Blocked. Brings up 3rd down and 9 from the 36 for the Rushville Rockets. And the Bombers starting to feel the anticipation of a week 1 victory. 3rd and 9 from the 36, 2:47 remaining in the contest. Macomb 28, Rushville Industry 14. Snap, quarterback, pass caught near the 40, just past. Rockets still on their feet, out of bounds, past the 45-yard line. The pass caught by Rylan Reimolds, able to bring the Rockets downfield. First down, new set of downs upcoming here with 2:41 remaining in the contest. Big time play for the Rushville Industry Rockets. Push downfield to be 1st and 10 with 2:41 to play. Bomber defense trying to get some big stops now. Just need 4 of them, and they are in the win column officially. 1st and 10 from the 46 for the Rockets. Quarterback keeper, McGinnis, in trouble, sacked past the 50. Celebration for the Bombers. Big time sack from Blaze Howell on the offensive end. Clock's going to keep rolling here. Rockets got to move quickly. Again, they don't have any timeouts left in this contest. It'll be 2nd and 11 now from the 46. 2nd and 11. Snap to McGinnis. In trouble. Brought down. And a fumble nearly picked up by the Bombers, staying with the Rockets. 3rd down now with 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. 3rd and long now for the Rockets. Bomber defense just needs 2 more stops. 1:50 to go here. Clock still rolling. 3rd and long from the 46. Snap, handoff. Pile of Bombers make the stop near the 45. Brings up 4th down, 3-yard gain. 4th and 19. One last hurrah now for the Rockets. Chance to make one last play, trying to get a 1st down. 1:15 to go, just over 60 seconds left in the game. Quarterback out deep at the 40. Pass is knocked away. Nonetheless, though, the celebration will begin, and the Macomb Bombers are going to bring out the offense in just a couple of knees from officially putting this one into the win column campaign. Bombers will come out to the line here. 1:07 to go. The Rocket faithful heading for the exits as we speak. 1st and 10, and this will all but do it. The best play in football is a Week 1 victory, a quarterback kneel, and the Macomb Bombers will start the new campaign of 25 with a victory over the Rushville Industry Rockets. Still need 1 more to make it official, but a tremendous start to the new era at the quarterback position for Caden Nupp. The Bomber coaching staff and faithful celebrate, and a big victory to start the new year. One last one to make it official, and that's it. The Macomb Bombers take Week 1 over the Rushville Industry Rockets. 28-14 going to be your final score, presented by Clugston Tibbetts Funeral Home of Macomb. What a start to the new campaign, and the celebration is on in Bomber Country. A new year, a new era, and a fresh start in the win column. 28-14, your final. We'll take a short break after these local messages on the BSN.
This presentation of Macomb Bomber football is brought to you by looking for fitness, family fun, and community all in one place. The YMCA at McDonald, wellness for all ages. Ship information. Right price. Ron Albee Auto Sales in Macomb has quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, and even bad boy mowers. Visit them at 1525. The stellar reputation. Bedwell Tree Service, your leading Macomb tree care provider. Tee off to IU's scenic, public 18-hole challenging, gorgeous round today. Stop by 1215 Tower Road or call them at 309-298-3676 to book your tee time today. At McMillan, Henning Fint, and DeJody Law Firm, Henning Fint and DeJody, your community, your law firm in Macomb. And Macomb is here to protect what matters most. Visit 1601 West Jackson Street in Macomb or call him at 309-836-2885. Abram Olson at Country Financial. Macomb, your perfect ride is waiting at UM Autos. Discover top-notch service and models all right here in your hometown. Visit UM Autos in Macomb today, where quality meets the road, at 230 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Big dreams start small. Compeer Financial is here to help them grow. From farm loans to home financing, our Macomb team has the tools to make it happen. Located at 2901 East Jackson Street or in Macomb, or call them today at 309-833 of Macomb, your partner in growth. Experience you can count on. Fresh, local, and convenient at Jackson Street Market, Willie Essentials, and friendly service. Stop in today.
All right, we are back on our post-game show, and Macomb coach Tanner Horrell probably a pretty now from the 40-yard dash. But coach, I know tonight there's a lot of anticipation coming into week one, and there's a lot of scenarios you're throwing around. But I know you got to be pretty happy after this.
Yeah, very pleased with our effort tonight. Put down the field and score, just because we had a lot of inexperience out there. But then we settled in. We had a great response, and our fresh faces came to play, and they did their jobs very well.
You had obviously the new quarterback in Caden up tonight, and he stepped up, made some big plays, and then you look at guys like Nolan Hogue, who really towards the end there, those two big catches kind of put us through the finish line.
Yeah, we got backed up a couple times, and Caden made some huge plays. He ran the ball really well. We didn't know what we were gonna get, just because we hadn't seen Caden in that situation, and he responded very well. Now we might have to pop his bubble a little bit and get back after week 2, so we get the best version of Caden.
I know one of the things that we were looking at tonight was we come out of the halftime break, they go onside kick. We lose the football there coming out of the halftime, but the ability to get it back real quick, and I think really just kind of turn the page and focus on that next play.
Yeah, we knew they were going to do that onside. They needed to steal possession there, we felt like, and we were kind of afraid they were going to pooch it over our outside guys' heads, so we screwed them back a little bit, and they got us perfectly placed kick right at 10 yards. If it goes 3 yards farther, I think Cass gets it, but it was just great execution by them.
Tomorrow morning, obviously, you go back to the JFL and kind of get to take this in over the weekend. And I'm sure your message to the boys was celebrate this one tonight.
100%. I think you took the words out of my mouth. Celebrate this one tonight. Enjoy it. But tomorrow morning, we're going to have to get those JFL kids out there. We're going to have some fun and start looking to West Hancock.
Coach, we'll see you next week. Congratulations. 1 down, 8 to go.
Exactly right. Let's get after it.
All right. That's Coach Tanner Horrell on our post-game report. I want to thank him for stopping by. Congratulations, Coach, and we will see him next week. That's going to do it for us from Rushville Industry High School. Thank you for bearing with us tonight through all the technical issues and then some. Appreciate the hospitality from Rushville Industry. So for Justice Keene, Rich Fowler on the camera, so long from Rushville Industry High School as the Bombers pick up the Week 1 victory.